Sorry, it got cut off, but he does not allow that. Insults is a red flag if they insult you. Is passive aggressive, has anger problems. They're both red flags. Doesn't respect God or you. So people can be a Christian and claim they respect God, but they don't respect you or stuff like that. Or they abuse you and they don't get help, then they don't respect God. Thinks of themselves only. Doesn't care how you feel. Won't get therapy or counseling by themselves. Denies any wrongdoing or mistreats you. How to get out of an abusive relationship or being a kid in an abusive home. You reach out for help, you report it, use a safe computer, counseling, shelters, legal help, talk to the church, have a plan, call the police, talk to a hotline. If you are being abused, remember you are not alone. You are not the cause of it. You deserve to be treated with respect. That goes for everybody. You deserve a safe and happy life. That's for everybody too. Your children deserve safe and happy life. Well, if you have children. If you don't have children, then you deserve a happy and healthy life and a safe life. You are not alone. There are people waiting to help. So always ask people that. So a timeline. The first thing was we left for 2 weeks in 2006 or 7. I remember that. I was like, I think 6 or 7. I remember we did stay somewhere. I'm not going to say where, but we did stay somewhere. And it was hard. I missed my things and stuff. But I did enjoy the school and stuff like that. It was nice, but I really didn't understand it at the time, but I did know my dad needs to get me more aggressive or stuff like that. We left in 2010 for 3 weeks. We stayed with a friend. We were in Texas then. Before we were in California, we were in Texas then. Left in 2016 and we moved to somewhere in Texas. Then we came back. We came back and we stayed in an apartment. Like then when I had my knee surgery, when I want to ask somebody for help, so we went back there. We're supposed to stay there temporarily, but we didn't want to go back to the apartment. Really didn't like the area, but I just wanted it to be me and my mom living together because we were living with somebody else. Or we were living with one of our siblings at the time, just so the person or the sibling could help us out with rent. So we went back there for a while. It was not a good idea. We stayed there for a while. But then we came back and then we stayed with someone for a month. And 6 months and 1 month. So like we stayed probably for like somebody's house for maybe 2 weeks. And then after that we stayed like 6 or 7 months with somebody, then 1 month with that. So close to 9 months we were homeless. We did stay with people, but we were homeless. So like, I was giving up help. Why people go back to abuse and manipulation. Never let somebody manipulate you. Fear or the person or unequal power, being judged, because that happens a lot in the church. I am a Christian, but I know it happens because it happened to us, and I know how people feel about it. Hope and love, like they think hope and love they can change, but I'll tell you something, they're not going to change unless they get counseling, therapy, or help, or seek counseling also from God and stuff like that. They're not going to get help, but they can't just hope and love. You have to understand there's only certain people will change and certain people won't. Is afraid of judgment. And that's true, because he'll try to use scripture and try to say, oh, well, you're doing what's wrong, even though the Bible says you can leave an abuser or an unhealthy, toxic environment. Like, you don't have to stay that. He says that in the Bible. Some people are Christians, won't help them, and that's the truth. That's what happened with us. Like, some elders, not all the elders, so I'm not bad shaming any of them. It's just some of the elders and a person that I had very close to me, I thought he would, help me and my mom, but I guess not, and it was very sad and frustrating. I thought he was somebody I could trust. I mean, I might mend things with him because he's somebody I look up to, but as far as some of the elders, I don't want to associate with them, and just forget it and move on. But I'm still making this video to have my voice and talk about it, because you should always have your voice, because it's not bad slandering or saying stuff bad about them. It's just saying how you feel. If they really care, they'll talk to you about it. How to stop going back. You know your self-worth. God doesn't condone abuse. Get professional help. Get past denial that you're in an abusive relationship. Talk to close people. Create a support system. Realize abuse is not love. Some will change and some won't. Realize that you can't change them. They have to change themselves. You can do stuff with them or talk with them. Sometimes you won't without living there. You can forgive but not forget. No matter how many years it is, you can forgive them, but you still cannot forget. You can still talk about it. That's not wrong. That's not a sin to talk about it at all. It takes time to forgive. Like I heard people say in our congregation when we had a meeting, they would say, I need to forgive, I need to forgive. I wasn't ready yet. It was like, even if stuff happened years ago, you can't be ready to forgive right away. It takes time to heal, and you have to heal. You speak up for people. You should always be. Caught us against abuse power. James 1:19-20, Ephesians 6:4, Colossians 3:21, Proverbs 29:22. No, 29:22. Sorry. Proverbs 22:24, Proverbs 25:28, Proverbs 16:29, Ephesians 2:19-22. Yes. You have to forgive. The Bible said it is a sin if you don't, but you don't have to forgive right away. Like people, like I talk to people from other congregations, stuff like that, other close friends, and you do not have to forgive right away. It just takes time, but you will have to forgive eventually, not for them, but for yourself. Some people in the church or some elders don't care about your situation. They blame you for your situation, don't help you. Takes only one side. That's what really happened in our congregation. It says forgive and forget. That's what happened too. Go back to the abuser. That's what they told me to. And it was very upsetting. It was like I lived there for so long. I kept going back and forth. Not because of me, but because she just didn't, I think she felt so much judged that she just kept going back and didn't feel like anybody would help her. God says it's a sin, and not all the time, especially abuse and he's sore is a sin. You shouldn't have to go back in that without walking in your shoes. Close friends don't want to help you, and some people wouldn't help because the church said not to, or the elders, some elders said not to, and they wouldn't want to help because they would be like, oh well, the elders and the youth minister can handle it. But the problem thing was is they didn't handle it. I felt hurt. I felt distraught. I felt sad and angry. So kind of upset, and I'm more upset about the person, not some of the elders, but the person that was in the meeting, because I thought it was somebody I could trust. I don't know if I can anymore. Like I can try to heal that, but that's the only relationship I would be willing to work on or heal or talk to the person about. Could care less if you're homeless. I felt like the church, or not the church, really wasn't all the church, because not everybody knew, but they did not want to announce it to everybody anyway, so I think it wasn't necessary. So they were just trying to get us to go back and forgive and forget, and that's all. Like, could care less if you're homeless. I felt like the people that were in the meeting could care less, or certain people that could care less. Signs you should find a new church home. They don't support you. I felt like the youth did support me, but that's like it. Like I didn't feel like really grown-ups supported me or listened to me. I feel like most youth listen to me, but the grown-ups did not listen to me. That's what I felt like. Not all grown-ups. I'm just feeling like the grown-ups I was close to, I felt like they didn't support me or listen to me. Some did, but not all. Doesn't help you. A lot of people didn't help us. It's too judgmental. I felt like they're not like too judgmental, but like a lot of churches a lot of signs you should find in new churches judgmental, because not everybody's gonna agree with you. Not everybody's gonna think the same way. Like, I think Baptist and Church of Christ, it's like similar, the same. So it's not a sin if you go. It's not a sin like if you have musical instruments in your church, but it's not a sin also if you'd rather do a cappella than musical instruments. Like, everybody has a different opinion, a different belief on what the Bible says, and a different view of what your sin really is. Like, they have a different opinion. Advice to people: it's not your fault. Ask for help. Make sure you're safe. Remember your self-worth. Get counseling. You deserve respect. Abuse isn't love. Talk to a hotline. Always report any abuse. Remember your children, and you deserve to be safe. And if you don't have children, then you deserve to be safe. How to break the cycle: tell a friend or an adult. Contact a crisis center. Report an abuse. Speak up. Get counseling. Help others. Tell people it's not their fault. Care about others' safety. Doesn't go back to the abuser. And that's a hard one. People have to understand not to go back. Try not to go back as hard as you can. Be a voice for people and tell your story. Also, I think certain, especially emotional abuse, should be taken more seriously. It should maybe be illegal. Like, the person doesn't have to spend a lot of time in jail, but they should spend some kind of time in jail, because it's wrong doing that. Like, I think I remember most of it from maybe when I was 11 to 17, 18. Like, it's already stopped for months, but it's still hard to cope with. Getting counseling for that too and stuff. Counseling for my anxiety. 7 quotes from the Bible and inspiration. And these are not all from the Bible, but some of them are. If you walked away from a toxic, negative, abusive relationship or friendship, you won. No abuse of any kind is right. That's why I hate when people say, oh, physical abusers only should go to jail. Like, no, like, or sexual abuse or physical abuse are mainly the ones that are taken seriously, but any abuse should go to jail. Like, emotional abuse, I guess. To me, I think if they're willing to change, a few months, but if they're not willing to change, it should be a couple years or more. So, or a year or more, so they can learn the lesson. Like, if the abuse was very damaging to them, and the kids are young, it should probably be longer than that. Like, I would say maybe up to 6 months to 15 years at the most. Like, that should be enough to change somebody. But if they're not going to change it, they keep doing it over and over to kids or people, then they deserve a longer sentence. For every wound there is a scar, and every scar tells a story that says, I survived. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Proverbs 38. Mark 9:42, I think that's what it says. Mark 18:14. Psalms 147:3. Psalms 127.3. Never forget that walking away from something unhealthy is brave. So often survivors had their experience denied, trivialized, or distorted. Writing is an important avenue for healing because it gives you the opportunity to define your own reality. Ellen Bass. And I love that quote because writing really helps me out. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. And this was a sexual abuse quote, but I wasn't sexually abused. This was just a quote on that, but it can be for anything. That you are what you choose. You are not what happened to me, like what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. Whatever you do, never run back to what broke you. Frank Ocean. Not so true. I am slowly learning that some people are not good for me, no matter how much I love them. Michelle K. what I plan to do in the future right now. This is the last page I'm going to talk about. Stay positive, get back into choir, get violin lessons, and start orchestra again. Watch Disney movies, find out who my real friends are. And I'm going to say it again, find out who my real friends are. That's a big one. Or to go on vacations, graduate from high school. So I didn't graduate this year. I didn't have enough credits. Might do a back academy, but I'm going to be doing homeschooling through Abilene High School. Go to college, be myself, go back to church, get help on my anxiety, and that's a big one too. Like I've been maybe a couple times, but I haven't been to church probably like 6 months. I know people think it's a sin, stuff like that, but when you have anxiety or certain stuff you haven't dealt with yet, then it's really not a sin, and like God is the one that chooses if you're sinning or accountable or whatever. I'm planning to go to college. Not yet. Might be a couple years, might not. Work on my friendships with people. That's a big one too. Become a writer is one of my big goals. Singer and an actor, one of my other 2 big goals. Might become a nurse for babies and kids. That's something I'm interested in. Might become a teacher. I'm interested in that, but I'm not sure yet. Might have a family when I grow up, and that's a possibility. When I grow up, I don't know what. Fall in love anytime soon. I'm not gonna rush it, but anytime soon would be great. If it's with the right person, with somebody special, and that's fall in love with somebody special. Go to summer camps next summer. So that's the end of this video. I'm gonna have to put this in a 2-part video because it's like I think something popped up and stopped recording, so it's gonna have to put it in part 1 video and part 2 video. Like, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and on next time, I might do it today, I might do it tomorrow, but I might do it tomorrow. I'm going to talk about things I'm looking in for a boyfriend. I already posted most, that 30 things on Instagram. I might talk about more, but that's what I posted. And that was on my private Instagram. I'm not going to give that out, but I will give out the public Instagram, and I'm going to post this on my public Instagram too, because it'll be good for people to know, like, who I am, what I want, and I don't want somebody long distance. I want somebody to first become friends with me and know, like, I don't want somebody from the internet. I just want somebody from church or something like that, you know. I don't really care what religion they're Methodist or Baptist or whatever. I want to explore different churches, and I don't think that's a sin either. I will talk other things about my religion and stuff. I'm another Christian, so I'm not going to shove my beliefs on you. I want to talk freely about it because our free will, but I'm not going to shove it on you or anything like that, or, you know. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. And just like everybody in Christian, I'm just going to say one thing, like everybody in Christian, they're not going to believe the same thing. Or like, people get mad about that, but like Church of Christ or whatever church, everybody's not going to believe the same thing. Everybody's not going to believe Miss Goldschmidt's around. Everybody's not going to believe that a cappella worship is okay. Or Miss Goldschmidt worship is okay. Like, everybody's not going to believe all that. They're not, you know, everybody's not going to believe certain thing that women have a right to serve and sing, and I think they do in singing, but that's like it. I don't like, but everybody's not going to believe the same thing. Everybody's not going to believe the same thing in church. Everybody's not going to believe, like, some Christians will support homosexuality or gay stuff, and I as a Christian, I do support that. So one of the things a lot of my friends I see don't. Some do, some don't. And I'm fine if you don't support it. You just don't slander anybody or don't say anything mean or want to cause death to people, because that's just wrong. Like, but I do support that. I would be friends with somebody from different beliefs and different thinking than me, as long as they don't shove something or don't start talking bad about people. Like, you know. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give it a big like, a thumbs up. And also go check out the Ohana Adventure. They're like my favorite family right now. Like, they're doing awesome challenges and stuff. And it's so awesome. So go check them out. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.